Talk with Jerry and Camden. Today we're joined by special guest Steve Davis. First question, how do you like Cornerstone?
I'm loving it so far. It's better than I expected it to be, and I mean I'm loving everybody. Everybody's very, very welcoming and nice. The academics are pretty up to par so far, and just all around much better experience. Food's 10 times better. Public school food is the worst.
Well, how do you like the house system here at CCA?
I haven't really got to experience much of this, as I'm not in a house yet. But from what I've seen from the outside, it seems to be a very interesting. It's very interesting. Just very, very fun, very neutral about it so far. Since I have not really got to experience it very much.
What house do you want to be in?
So far the Potters, partly because that's the house everybody thinks I'll be in. Half because, just like the colors, like who's in there. So why not?
How did you like the first CCA football game?
It was very, very fun to watch. It was pretty much the equivalent to having a grown adult curb stomp a child. But I mean, it was very fun to watch. It was very, very fun to watch.
Did any of the players stand out to you in the game?
To be honest, I had a lot of people stood out to me. I thought that as far as coverage goes, Jack McGolian locked down the entire field, the entire game. I think, if I remember correctly, he batted down 3 passes back to back to back.
Yes.
I thought the Brick. Everybody loves Brick. I thought the
Yes.
Brick did a very good job. Him and the rest of the D linemen had a very good job of penetrating the offensive line, putting the quarterback under pressure, making them scramble,
Right.
making sure that any running plays got minimum of maybe 2-3 yards. I don't think they had really any breakthrough runs. I thought that let's see, Lucas Hale is a headhunter. That man
It's
might
true.
just be the most dangerous man on the field at some points. I don't know. We'll see as the season goes on.
Was there anything you feel like the team could improve on?
It's kind of hard to see so far because the first 2 games they've played, they've dominated the entire time. So
Right, sure.
it's going to take a really good opponent to really see what the team needs to improve.
Okay.
How much did you like the style of 8-man football?
It's very similar to 11-man football. It seems like to me it's very similar to 11-man football, except you don't have the options that are normally available with an extra 3 people on the field. I saw, for instance, I saw a lot of power I. I saw a lot of that formation with every single team that we've played, and especially Cornerstone itself. A lot of teams seem to run the power I just because of how I guess I don't want to say simple because of how effective it can be sometimes.
Right.
And so pretty much 8-man is very similar to 11-man football, except you just don't have as many options available as sometimes.
Right.
What was your favorite football moment?
In your career?
Oh, in my career?
Yes.
Oh, crap. I don't know, man.
Probably a lot of them.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I forgot who we were playing, but it was about, I'd say, 6th game of the season, and I think they were in the lead. I think they were leading us by 2 points, and we had a 98-yard drive to win the game.
Oh, wow.
And within that 98-yard drive, we had 3 bullcrap penalties that I think put us back for a total of 30 yards, but we never gave up and we persevered, and we ended up winning that game
There you go.
from a come behind victory.
So everyone wants to know. All the people want to know. Why aren't you playing football this year?
No comment. Carry on.
No comment.
No comment. Yeah.
Hey, just for his sake, I've heard every time he walks in our classroom, somebody ask him, if I were Steve, I would tell you to quit asking him, but he's a nicer guy than I am. So if you really want me to be Steve's fan, I would quit asking him.
I mean, it's flattering, but I'm just not going to do it.
Well, are you planning on playing any sports at CCA?
I'm still on the fence about that. The most likely answer is probably no, but we'll see as the year goes on.
Okay, that's good.
What's your favorite sport to watch on TV?
Favorite sport has to be football. Not even a competition. There are so many amazing and wonderful sports out there, but to me, football is just leagues above every other sport, in my personal opinion.
Is there any other sport you like watching on TV?
MMA. I love watching MMA, and of course, UFC being the main organization that oversees MMA fighting. But I love watching MMA. I think that's I think MMA is a very good test of the character of a person. I think that it is. Frankly, it's very entertaining to just watch two men or women beat the ever-loving crap out of each other. It's just, I don't know, it's very entertaining to me.
So, what's your favorite fighter?
I'd probably have to say, God, there's so many.
Yeah.
The best has to be Khabib. That man has done nothing but dominate the division ever since he stepped foot in it. But besides that, I'd probably have to say Francis Nagoya.
Got you.
He's a very entertaining fighter to watch. Really like his striking, his grappling's phenomenal. And so yeah, my favorite right now would probably have to be I'll stick with Francis.
Favorite football team?
Oh, Alabama, Roll Tide, every day of the week. Not even a competition.
Have you ever thought about getting in the octagon, throwing a couple punches?
No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
The last question: what would be your favorite college football team that's not Alabama?
Tennessee, yeah.
Oh no, Lord no. No. Besides Alabama,
If we could bring Zach Kirst on here.
It's entertaining. Georgia's pretty entertaining to watch,
I agree with that.
but considering last year's events, I'm not going to say Georgia.
Yeah, fair enough.
I want to see them go win this year.
I say Michigan State. They're pretty entertaining to watch.
I can see that. Yeah.
They've not really been up to par the past couple of years, but just thinking back to about 5-6 years back, their defense was pretty good. They're pretty entertaining to watch. So I guess I'll say Michigan State.
Well, we'd like to thank Steve for joining us on the show. Just everyone stop asking Steve why he isn't playing football. That's our one message.
Maybe it's because he doesn't want to play football. Maybe he didn't like playing football.
No, I did love to play football, but it's just time to hang it up. So here we are.
Well, signing off, Jeremiah Camden, our special guest Steve.
Welcome back to Sports Talk with Jerry and Camden. Once again, we'd like to thank Steve for showing up. Big shout out to Steve.
Yeah, he did a great job. He had a great personality.
Let's go ahead and get into the Cornerstone Sports of the last few weeks. First, let's talk about the JV volleyball team. They played Pineview on the 23rd. Didn't play great. It was a bad game for them, but they can bounce back. Lost the first set 25-11, and lost the second set 25-10.
The tournament results was the pool play versus Tuscaloosa, and lost all three. You can capitalize on that, and hey, we all have bad games.
Yep.
Against Mount Pleasant, they won the first set and then lost the last two. In the silver bracket versus New Life, they lost 2 in a row. And in Brookline, they won both. So they learned.
Yes, and they ended up finishing second in the silver bracket. So congratulations to our JV volleyball team. Now let's move on to the varsity. They played Pineview as well, swept easily.
What's new? What's new?
Right. The next 3 games on the schedule for the JV and varsity volleyball teams, they'll play Providence as of the filming today, and they'll play Clay County on the 1st, and then the JV has a tournament on the 2nd and 3rd this Friday and Saturday, and then both JV and varsity will play at home versus Covenant at the 6th. We'd like to urge people to come and watch those games. They need our support. Show up and be loud.
And I'm looking forward to some great games.
I am too.
I expect them to win.
Yes, of course. Let's move on to Cornerstone football. They absolutely dominated last week against Success, 44-0. Ended up earning number 7 in the country in rankings. Major. We're all very proud of them.
In 8-man football.
And 8-man football. Well, let's talk about the actual stats of the game. First on the offensive end, absolute domination by Lucas L. I feel like we're saying this every week at this point.
I really do. Yes.
He had 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. His favorite receiver, Trey Stewart, absolutely dominated. Great game from Trey.
Trey had 2 touchdown catches, his first and second of the season.
Yes.
Trey, you could not be guarded. They were both really deep passes.
Yes.
Too.
One of them, he was double teamed even.
Yeah. And Tristan Johnson had 1 rushing touchdown today. I mean, you can't beat a running back like Tristan. He's hard nosed. He pounds the offensive line.
He's a tough runner.
He's tough.
On the defense end of the ball, it was Henry Harrison. I mean, he
He was
dominated.
all over it.
He had seven tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and he returned 2 fumble recoveries, and recovered 1 and ran it back for a touchdown.
And it was more like a shovel play. The quarterback, kind of tossed it off the running back, and it was like he passed right to Henry, and Henry went the other way with
Yep.
it.
There were some other players that played well on defense, though. Kenan Fortner, 3 tackles, forced fumble recovery, and he also had a deflection.
And Connor Fortner, he had 5 tackles.
The unsung heroes, though, I mean, of the game, they may not have very many stats, but Brody Barksdale and Kyle Fortner, the 2 the offensive linemen and defensive linemen for us, they were holding their own against boys that were much bigger than they were.
Oh, but they were stopping runs at the point of attack. I mean,
Yes.
the runner was not getting more than 3 yards on them. And the quarterback was protected. I mean, Jake Nelson is also an offensive lineman. The offensive linemen played great.
Oh, yes, and they may not get a whole lot of credit in the stat book for what they did, but the fans see it, and we'd like to say that we appreciate all the offensive and defensive linemen on our team.
But the plays of the game was, of course, had to be Henry's scoop and score.
Yes.
I mean, that was a great play.
That one, I mean, I know the game was pretty much already over there, but that one just capped it off for us.
Yes. Trey's first touchdown catch had to be one.
Yes. 2 men guarding him. Lucas makes an amazing play, and Trey just makes the catch, runs in the end zone. Great play.
Yeah.
But one of the most underrated plays of the game for me was the Kenan. I mean, it's early in the game. Success is putting a drive together. It comes down to 4th down, and they throw it. Kenan Fortner breaks up the pass. I mean, that was a major momentum shifter for us.
Yeah, and that play can be buried in all the plays that happened throughout the
Right.
game. And really, that was a momentum shifter.
Yes,
It really was.
It really was. But I mean, there was an unfortunate thing that happened. Jess Nelson injured his hand. We like to say that we hope that he fully recovers.
Yeah, I hope his injury is not too long, and hope he comes back soon.
Yes. So that's all for Sports Talk with Jerry and Camden. We'd like to thank everyone for listening.